Rising star in the Democratic Party. Give him some love.
Thank you. Thank you for that wonderful introduction. I want to say thank you to the organizers for bringing all of us here today. Thank you for the passion and the energy that we all see here in the crowd. Thank you most of all to each of you for taking time out of your Saturday and caring enough to be here. To all of the people who have formed new groups since the election, to the indivisibles, to the women marchers, to the folks from Our Revolution, to everybody who cares, I hope that today Donald Trump and Ted Cruz can hear us from Washington, D.C. We're here because we believe in a nation that is compassionate, a nation that honors everyone regardless of the color of their skin or who they worship. Yeah! We don't believe that people should be profiled at airports based on the color of their skin or who they pray to. We believe in equality and equality of opportunity for everyone. Yeah! You know, there have been times in American history when our politics have hit a low point, when our politics have taken a darker path. Donald Trump may be unique, but he's not the first politician to divide people and divide Americans. We've seen this in other generations, unfortunately. You know, when the Irish came here years ago to cities like New York and Boston, they were greeted with signs that said, "No Irish need apply," that hung above storefronts. When the Germans came here in the 1880s, in the late 1800s, they were called dirty by the English who had come before them and unfit to be Americans. The Chinese were excluded from our country for decades under the Chinese Exclusion Act. And during the time of World War II, Italians and German Americans and Japanese Americans were interned out of paranoia and fear. And when my grandmother came to this country in 1922, there were still some signs above Texas establishments that said no dogs or Mexicans allowed. But in every generation, there have been people like you, Americans who have stood up and said, that's not the kind of country we want. Americans are not like that. And through your hard work and through your energy, this is our moment now to stand up. Los inmigrantes merecen respeto. Todos merecen respeto. You know, these are trying times in our country. You remember just a few weeks ago, after the president took office, he issued a Muslim travel ban, targeting 7 mostly Muslim countries. And people who were coming through airports were stopped and detained, some of them separated from their families for hours, just because of their religion, just because of the God they worship, or because of the color of their skin. This is a time where we need to resist fear and paranoia, and resist the politicians who would turn us against each other. We need to show them that there is a better face, that there is a better way in America. And just yesterday, if y'all followed the news, there was a leaked memo. And this leaked memo from the Department of Homeland Security was saying that country of origin is not even a good way to tell whether somebody is going to pose a threat to the nation. And so When Donald Trump and his administration, and when we have people like Senator Cruz who support those policies, we have to say, enough. We stand for a different value. We stand for the values that have made this nation great. And most of all, we're going to stand up for each other, no matter where we come from, what God we worship, or what we believe in. And y'all, I want to leave you with just this final thought. You know, being in politics now, I actually feel very blessed. I can't always say that about my time in politics. Every year I've served in public office, I've always, as a Democrat, been in the deep minority. I served in this beautiful building for 10 years, representing part of San Antonio in the state legislature. But I feel blessed because I get to be on the front lines of representing you and fighting against this kind of bigotry and some of the hate that is coming out. But this question has been asked to me over and over. People have been asking, have been saying, I've never been involved in politics. I'm not a very political person. But I feel like I want to do something. I've been called to get involved. And they ask me, sometimes desperately, wanting to know what they can do and wanting to know whether what they're doing is making a difference. So I want to tell you this. What you need to be doing is what you're doing today. You're doing what you need to do. And just about a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, Congress recorded its highest call volume in recorded history. Just yesterday, a very conservative congressman from another state said, because of your activism, Republicans may not repeal the Affordable Care Act. Which would mean that millions of people get to keep their health care coverage. Just yesterday, the Republican congressman who oversaw the Benghazi hearings, the one that oversaw the Benghazi hearings, said that he believes, as I do, that we need to have a full and fair and independent investigation to figure out whether any Americans and anyone associated with any campaign conspired with the Russians who interfered with our elections. So please know, this is a beautiful thing. You are making a difference. Thank you very much.